we expect to consume, we expect to be poured into, and then we don't go out to give anything. So this is what it is. We expect to go in, have us be taught, have the men bless us, and then we live out, fill, I call it fat sheep, and we go out, we leave, and then we don't do nothing about it because we're full. You know, so we don't have to do anything. So I'm going to go to the church, I'm going to have the men do this and that, and I have expectations that the church has to be a certain way. People have to dress a certain way. People have to do a certain thing. And I don't have to do nothing because I've come to consume. You give me, and I don't have to give anything. Subsequently, we are irrelevant. Because when we leave the church, we're not trying to pour into anybody else or blessing the community. We're just out there to consume ourselves. So we keep growing. It's all about us. And when people look at us, they don't see any difference from where we were to where we are today. Exactly. All they can see is we have more material stuff, but they don't see the difference in our spirit.
The substance that they're carrying.
Exactly. The substance that can change.
Well, like what he said, there's no distinguish. You know, I had this conversation with you a couple of weeks ago talking about how, you know, women in the church dress. There's no distinction between the woman in the church and the woman on the street.
That's right. There you go. That's right.
When somebody talk, when a brother talk to them, they get offended.
That's right.
Why are you talking to me? Because you look appealing to what I like.
Right.
Your pants tight, your chest out.
Right. That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? That's what I like, so that's why I'm talking to you. If I saw you with your skirt down to the ground, your shirt like this, I'm gonna say, hey, how you doing? Keep walking. I'm gonna say, hey, shorty, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? To change the perspective of how we approach people. So that's missing too. The way we carry ourselves as men, as grown-ups. That's right. That has changed. So that deteriorates our kids. They don't know what to do. It's like we had a conversation the other week about, you know, the little girl and the man. If she carried herself in a perspective way,
perception is reality.
It might not happen.
Yeah, but I also think, and just to touch on that a little bit, and I agree. But accountability, going back to that, you know, that word of accountability, you know, if we're teaching our children right, the men and the women, the boys and the girls, right, because a woman is dressed a certain way, or because a man is dressed a certain way, we need to treat them to understand what the message that they send, with how they present themselves and project themselves. But at the same time, it doesn't give you license.
No.
Right.
It doesn't give you license to mistreat or disrespect. I mean, I know Chris Rock said, he's like, well, that's the whole uniform. So I think you are. I mean, you know what I mean?
It goes back to respect too. You see what I'm saying? All that goes back to respect. You have to. It's not being taught. You have to be taught respect to understand respect. And I want to chime in on something you said about praying. Everybody don't know how to pray, so that's the first mistake that we got right there. You got to learn how to pray.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want everybody praying for you.
That's right.
That's
right.
I'm serious because you don't know what they're going through. If their mind ain't clear, they're not one with God, you don't want them praying for you, bro.
There you go. There you go. That's it. That's awesome.
No, that's real.
And then, like I said, we don't know how to pray, and we don't know what we're praying for. Because if I ain't mistaken, the word says we're not supposed to pray for the same thing over and over and over. But if it's not going right in your life, you drop down on your knees every night and pray for the same thing. Every night.
Well, why did they do that though? I mean, it's because they don't understand the whole process.
Right.
The spirituality of our community has been dysfunctional for a while. Now we're more praying about prosperity than we are about growing spiritually. Our spirituality is dysfunctional. We don't know what is our priority anymore. And again, we're trying to measure our lives by other people's standards. And I have this saying, stop looking at your life in somebody else's mirror.
The jump.
Stop looking at your life in somebody else's mirror. Because what you see, you may not like.
Right.
Because you're looking at, if you compare your life to Bill Gates, even if you're a millionaire, you think that you ain't doing nothing.
Right.
And so we have to redefine our spirituality. There was a time, my man talked about the black church. There was a time when people understood who they were as a spiritual being. And again, I want to throw that out there. We are spiritual beings having physical experience. There was a time when we as a people understood what we were, who we were, so we were comfortable in our skin. We didn't mind growing into each other. We didn't mind growing and sharing and loving because our spirituality was solid. Now it's about money coming. It's about nice clothes. It's about nice stuff. That's fine, but there is more to life. And the Bible puts it best. You cannot define your life, your being, by how much you can consume and what you can have materially.
That's right.
That's not all it is. And so once we understand ourselves and have that sense of spirituality that is balanced, and we will grow as a people, and we'll be able to relate to each other more and love each other and be accountable and be comfortable seeing each other grow because we are solid in who we are as a people.